Area 12.
Welcome back to another episode of On Air with Rare. We appreciate everybody who tapping with us faithfully. Make sure you guys subscribe to Rare Footage Sports on YouTube, Rare Footage Sports on Instagram, and Rare Footage News on Twitter. And make sure y'all follow my co-host, Coach Gee, at Coach Gee Podcast on Instagram. Before we get into this, it's a big story in Philadelphia area that happened last night. We're going to bring my guy in, Hollow Tigers director, Coach Gee. What's going on, good brother? Good morning.
What's up, brother? How you?
All is well, man. The city is talking. You know, we had to get on live this morning. Playoff game in the public league went down. 1C E&S hosting Constitution in a public league Elite 8 matchup. And the game did not end the way everybody wanted it to end, and that's with the result. The game was canceled. They stopped the game. It was altercation that broke out. You were in the building for that game. Talk to me about that game a little bit. Constitution E&S has ended abruptly. E&S has been disqualified from the Philadelphia playoffs. Such a sad case for that team, senior led group. Coach Dustin did a hell of a job with those guys this year. Could have easily been undefeated in the league. It's a tough way to end their public league season. What's your take on that, Gee, before we get into
it? It's sad because that game was the definition of the pub being back. Watching that game, watching that atmosphere, watching with Dustin and E&S has built over the last 3 years with the seniors and with his coaching style to get the fans behind him, the neighborhood behind him. It was crazy in there. Constitution fans was in the building too. Just gave an old school pub style feel. You know what I mean? That you usually only get at Imhotep at this time of year. But to see that at another school and see two teams battling to get there is really sad to see the way they ended. It was a good game. Constitution was actually through three and a half quarters. It was a very good game, close game. E&S took over the game late. They just had scored with about a minute and 11 seconds left to take a 12-point demanding lead with the basketball headed to the foul line. The game was back and forth all game with the kids being chippy. I personally think that, the referees didn't control the game as they should have. I think they let it get out of control early with a lot of the kids bickering back and forth, a lot of getting in each other's face and just, okay, go your way. Yeah, motion was already running high. And I thought they should have nipped it in the bud in the second quarter when they got into a little bumping and confess going into their timeouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was no technicals issue throughout the whole game, and that stuff was going on the whole game. The fans, the AD of E&S had to do the crowd control thing, where I thought he did a great job of trying to control the crowd. They were going back and forth because listen, the student sections sit right next to each other at this gym. That's the hard part. They got Constitution student section and E&S student section sitting right directly next to each other. This ain't like you playing at Imhotep or PW or something like that where they're across the way. So it's already tense for something to happen. You know what I'm saying? The second thing is the ruling of them being disqualified. I'm not really arguing the rule because if the rule says if your kids leave the bench during a scuffle or kids leave the bench during an altercation and you're automatically disqualified, I get it.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Constitution gets to move on, I think that's a horrible decision.
I agree, man. I think like you said, disqualifying E&S. We're going to get into the footage and the breakdown. Callers, give us a second before we get into this. We're going to get into the breakdown of the game. But I agree. Looking at the melee, I looked over the tape over 20 times, and I agree, man. I get a rule as a rule, but I think if you disqualify E&S, I think you got to disqualify both teams. In my opinion, looking at that footage, I don't see how the PIAA can rule on one team being disqualified and not the other, and definitely how the footage looked. I don't know if E&S was the aggressors in that situation at all. We're going to get into the footage. Before we get into the footage, Gee, I want to pull a rule up real quick. We're going to read this rule real quick. 1 second. So the rule states, key PIAA disqualification and fight rules. The bench clearing rule states, substitutes who leave the bench during a fight are automatically disqualified, often resulting in a 1-game suspension. Team disqualification / forfeit. In severe brawls involving multiple players or spectators, the PIAA can issue a double forfeit, removing both teams from the tournament. Now, when I read that, I don't think this was a severe brawl at all.
I was about to say that.
I think it fall under that category. Like, I don't believe that was a severe brawl at all. And then for two, again, like I stated before, I think if you disqualify one in this particular situation, I feel like you should have disqualified both. Do you agree on that with the disqualification?
100%, 100%. And looking at this, looking at the stature of the game too. Looking at the stature of the game, a 12-point lead with a minute left with the basketball, and telling the team that's down 12, it's basically like, and I make jokes.
You insinuating if you losing, start a fight.
That's basically what I'm saying. If I'm a coach, right, in the public league now, and you basically telling me, like, when I get to this Final Four game on Tep, and Tep up 20, yo, go push one of them dudes. I'm just gonna keep my dudes on the bench. We got them.
Yeah, exactly. That's
a
bad precedent to set, man, because that's exactly what you're telling these kids. Like, you down 12 with a minute left. You at 99-1 of losing that game
with the ball.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Before we get into the footage, I'm gonna be honest. If at me, and I'm just speaking for me, not for the kind coaches or staff. If I'm Constitution, I'm not playing that game. We lost. I'm not going saying we lost. We got another stab at a one and done playoff bracket because of a bull crap suspension. Rules are rules, so I get it. But I'm saying if I'm kind, I'm like, we're not playing that game. We lost. We down 12 with a minute left. We didn't do enough to win that game. We're going to protest the game. We lost. Either they bring in the Kensington or they bring in a Sankofa, somebody who lost, to play in that Final Four, but we not playing that game. That's just my opinion.
I can't walk at me as a coach, and I respect Rob Moore. I respect his coaching staff and everything he done in Constitution. I want to say that. But I'm not walking there in that game against Imhotep with my head held high like I deserve to be here on the South Fork. It's just not what I'm doing. My kids will have to reap the pain of that too, and we're not going. You know what I'm saying? We lost the game, 1, and 2. If you when y'all watch the footage, we kind of incited the whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? And we got to and fans and to the fans that came
we as in Constitution, he's speaking on as in Constitution when he's saying we with the
as in Constitution, we have to do better with fan control too. And we have to do like I know they kids, I know everybody's kids, and I know kids gonna be kids, but the walking on the courts, even though y'all didn't do nothing, the walking on the court, the bumping, and it was when you see the videos, just a lot of walking around. So I wouldn't call this a brawl. I said a little scuffle. Scuffle was pushing and shoving and how the fake NBA stuff. But my thing is the fans getting involved in that. That's atrocious. That's bad. And for us to get disqualified, and for a squad to get disqualified and kicked out of a game and told them that we're not allowed to move on because of it, I just don't think it was the right ruling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that's nasty. Before we show the footage one more time, I agree, Guy, that the crowd control, I think E&S could have had more security, knowing that the stakes on that game, it's an inner city matchup, the tensions are high. And like you said, they're kids, so they didn't come to the game to start trouble. But when emotions were high, when you're down 12, your season is great, and E&S is headed on to the Final Four. And then, I'm not saying the players did that on purpose, but I'm just saying, I don't know, let's roll the tape. We're gonna roll the tape.
Yeah.
Let's roll the tape. This is what happened at the E&S and Constitution game. The game was ended. E&S is now disqualified. Constitution moves on to the Final Four. So let's take a look at this. Oh, I can't pause it. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds left. E&S is up 61-49.
So, can they hear me?
You're talking to, yeah, they can hear you. Go ahead.
So you see Billy and Chaz down there face to face. Billy's got his hands up. Chaz and him walk off. I think I can't really see. I think Chaz may have poked him in the head. They pushing, they bumping, breaking it up. Coach has got to handle. Then you see kids walking on the court. I don't understand the reason why. No punches was thrown, just a lot of pushing and shoving. You know what I'm saying? A lot of walking on the court. But the part that's getting the E&S disqualified, as you can see at the top here, the whole, can you rewind it? The whole E&S players just start walking towards the fight.
I'll bring it back.
Now I want to show something. Yeah, rewind it for me. So
I got started over.
Oh yeah. Start it over real quick. If you see if y'all pay attention to when the part starts showing when Billy and Chaz pushing each other, Dustin immediately gets his team and tell him not to go on the court. He immediately gets his team and tell him to go on the court. Then he tell his guy down at the end, whoever this is in the black shirt, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Look at Dustin. You can see Dustin run right to his team at the top.
Chill.
Now he told his guys to stay right there. The kids start when they unsupervised, no coaches over there because they holding guys. That's when they walk towards the melee. And then they walk off. You know what I'm saying? The coaches get them to walk off. As you can see, Rob Moore got his kids still on the bench over there. And it's just a bunch of fans walking around, pushing, shoving, and stuff like that. As you can see at the bottom, too, 61-49 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left, E&S way.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And like you said, I'm seeing a lot of spectators and fans on the court. Like, I mean, if we talking about a brawl, I just think if this was a brawl, this could have got way nastier in that gym.
Yes,
if this was
100%.
A brawl. Like, this is nowhere near a brawl. It's just, like you said, students flooding onto the court. It's a lot of hoopla, rah, and yelling and pushing. But if we talking brawl, this is the furthest thing from a brawl. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's not a brawl. The game definitely was stopped. And I'm going to be honest, I heard that if the refs was to stay, that they could have cleared the gym out and finished the game with no spectators. I don't know how true that is, but they said the referees had left the game, so they had to call a game after that. I don't know.
Referee called the game before he left. When the kids walked on the court, I was sitting right behind the scores table. That's where I was sitting. So when the kids walked on the court, he went like this to the table, saying it's over, saying that the game is over. And that was before they even tried to do anything. This referee at the top right here, it was the right here. He's on the baseline right now. The referee that called the game, he's on the baseline right now. So as the kids walked on the court, and that guy that's walking on the court first, that's the security guard for E&S. He was trying to break up Billy and Chaz. That's not a parent or anything. He was just trying to get them two guys to stop pushing each other. But during the game, the fans were so the kids were so animated. I think they could have did better with them two kids. I mean, with that crowd control being right beside each other. It was animated the whole game. Every time the Constitution scored, they up in their face. Every time E&A scored, they up in their face, to the point that the AD had to walk over and said, listen, if y'all continue to do this, I'm going to have to put everybody out. The kids settled down. They sat down. But then when that happened and the game was out of hand, we got a lot of walking around.
Now, I agree. I think, like you said, a game at this stakes, a game of these two teams, they're public league, competitive teams, the nature of the fan bases. It should have been more security in there just to have a little bit more control. And, so they disqualify E&S. As you can see, a lot of the spectators who ran on the court were from Constitution. They said that E&S bench cleared and Constitution is able to move on. But I got a picture somebody sent me. I want you to tell me, what do you take from this picture? So the arrows is Constitution players on the court.
That came off the bench?
I think it's 7 on the court. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7. 7 people on the court, only 5 people on the court. So 2 must have came off the bench.
Okay.
You got 7 Constitution players on the bench. 5 players could play in a basketball game at one time on the court. These arrows, black jersey shows Constitution players, 7 players on the court. My only thing with the situation is I get rules are rules, and I do get, and I'm not mad at E&S coaching staff for actually clearing a bench after you see spectators come on the court just to protect their team. Human nature, if you got your guys out there, your brothers who you going to bat for, you're going to stand back. But once you see 20, 30 spectators on the court, you can't just sit there and watch something happen to your teammates, so you gotta move accordingly. And
So
I'm looking at
go
this
ahead, go
photo.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Go
Gabe.
ahead, go ahead. So
I'm just
I
saying,
wanted to
looking at
say
this.
something before you moved on.
Yeah.
I thought E&S did a great job of keeping their kids off the court. It was when the kids was unsupervised because the coaches was going to protect the kids on the court that was getting walked towards by people from the crowd. Now it was natural instincts of the coach, like, let me get my players out of the way while all these kids are walking towards them. You feel what I'm saying? And while the kids was unsupervised on the bench, they start walking towards the melee. Everybody knows in any sport, like we just watched with Isaiah Stewart the other day in the Detroit Pistons, all the way up to the NBA, right?
Yes.
If you got guys that is supposed to be like, listen, I'm taking care of these guys right here, keeping these guys off the court while it's going
Yeah.
on. If you watch it until Dustin and whoever the guy in the black is, start walking to help the kids on the court, when them kids unsupervised, they first instance, every team is to go help their brothers. They walk towards the melee just to see what's going on. I don't think it was warranted to be disqualified. I thought this was something that could have been just like blew up, by the referees and finished the game, to be honest.
I agree. And looking at this clip one more time, if you watch, once the spectators start getting on the court, Dustin immediately runs. E&S coach Dustin immediately runs over to his bench saying, "Chill, don't nobody
Yes.
move." And the
Nobody. And
more
then he put somebody
spectators
on it.
came on, yes. So we watching right here. You can see Dustin by the bench. That's the head coach of E&S. He runs straight over to his bench. Don't nobody
Yes.
move.
Yes.
So now
And then
you
he
got
got
another
somebody right
assistant
there.
at the bench holding him down. As students are coming on the court, that adult at coach have no choice but to run over there and get reinforcement to make sure nothing else get out of hand. And I think the PIAA got this one wrong. I think they got it wrong. And I think if you're going to disqualify E&S, you got to disqualify both teams. And again, I mean, I'm not saying don't show up to the game. I'm just saying if I'm Constitution on the staff, I'm just like, we're not taking that win. We're down 12 with a minute left. We lost this game unless something crazy happened. I wouldn't play the game. I just wouldn't play the game. It was just me personally, just my opinion. I'm not saying Constitution coach because Rob is a great guy, great coach, advocate for the public league. I'm just saying,
Yes,
if
he
it
is.
was me, it was my ship. I'm like, we're not playing it. I'm talking to my guys. We had a great season, but we lost that game. It wouldn't feel right for us to go on to the Final Four and act like we won that game. We lost that game. It wasn't a tie game with 10 seconds left. They got the ball or we down one. No, we lost that game. We down 12 with a minute left. We lost this game. We lost the game. Bottom line, we lost the game. They got the basketball. They either going to the line and make one, make two. We're down 13 points or 14 points. We lost the game. We're not playing it. It was a hell of a season. Let's move on to states, and here go caller. You on air with Rare? Yep.
Hello.
You on air with Rare?
All right, so I'm a Carver E&S student. I was in the student section like the whole time.
Okay.
I feel like the PIAA got it wrong because if you look at the whole video, E&S only reacted when con players came at number 4, Matthew McPhill.
Mm-hmm.
So he got pushed back, and there were just con players, two con players from the court, and then after that, you can see the whole the whole con fans just run on the court after Matthew McPhill. So I feel like as a team, you have to protect your player, because if not, then what's going to happen to your player?
I agree. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Not to cut you off. Go ahead.
I feel like the PIAA should see both sides of that and just not get Carver E&S out. I feel like nobody wants to see E&S win, man. That's why E&S versus everybody.
Appreciate you calling. Appreciate you tapping in, good brother.
Of course.
So that was a caller that was in the student section. He said what he said. Yeah, Guy, I don't know. I think they got it wrong. Like I said, I just think they should have disqualified both teams. That's just me.
I mean, I got a different view on it. I think for what I'm watching, and what I seen actually being in the building when this happened, I thought it could have been cleared up easy. I will say the con kids and whatever E&S kids did walk on, they didn't fight, they didn't push, they didn't punch nobody. They was doing a lot of walking around, which is wrong. I thought they could have cleared it up and finished the game. It was a minute left. Even if you put everybody out the gym, I thought this game could have been finished. It seems a little shaky to me. The ruling seems shaky and everything. The fact that And in the fact of you say, oh, this game is all disqualified, both of y'all disqualified. Cool. But to say E&S is out of the playoff, it's crazy.
You on the air with Rare?
Yeah, look, man, that's just crazy. I don't like nothing that's going on. I honestly think that, this is just some bullshit. I gotta applaud you how you handling this situation, not being biased. I 100% agree. Rob is a good guy in the city, but this is just unacceptable, man. Let's build this from the ground up, and this is just not how it's supposed to.
He hung up. He spoke his piece. Yeah, man. It's a sad case, man. Like I said, because E&S really, it felt like it was the year for them to really, do something special. And, yeah, man, it's just tough for both teams, man. And like if Khan goes to play that game against Imhotep, it's tough for them as well, knowing like they really lost the game and they got another stab at it. It's like, like, I don't know. I mean? It's just a sad case. But in other news, Gee, before we get off, we got two big upsets in the public league, which is good. It's always good. March Madness in February. Number one, Fells goes down to Dobbins. Number one, Fells goes down to Dobbins. They take down Dobbins. I take down Fells at home. How good is it to see? Take this call. Matter of fact, how good is it to see a team like Dobbins get back to the Public League Final Four? A story school with a lot of history, man, led by Hanif Nixon, Kyle Roberts, Moore, Hassan Laws, man. Talk to me. Dobbins go into Fells and win. Did you see that coming at all? Pause.
No, absolutely not. When we did our predictions, I picked against Dobbins, and I thought Fells was the team that was going to be in the championship game again against either Imhotep or E&S. And to see them go down the lead, I didn't see that. They led by the kid Hanif has been there for years. He been to a couple Final Fours already. They got a sophomore that's really good over there, man. And they came to play, man. And Dobbins got them out of here.
I agree. And then another upset. Shout out to Carver Washington and the West Philly Speed Boys. They knock off Sankofa, which I did see coming. West Philly is back in the Public League Final Four. The callers are calling, Gee. Give us 1 second, callers. Let me get this statement out because I know they want to touch back on the E&S thing. But Kabir Washington led the Speed Boys over Sankofa, man. Shout out to Kabir Washington. How about the senior point guard against Frankfurt? Had 41 points and 11 assists, making a lot of noise this year. Not too many people had 40 this year. I believe it might have just been Silas Graham, if I'm not mistaken. Kabir Washington, 41-11 against Frankfurt. The game later knocks off Sankofa, who I had going to the Public League Finals. West Philly thought otherwise. Two big upsets in the Public League. The Public League is back. Now, Gee, I know a lot of people are saying, Fells lost, E&S lost, the Pub Final Four. It won't be this and be that. I disagree because, in college, when the number one seed goes down, the whole entire country rallies behind that Cinderella team. And I think seeing a story program like the West Philly Speed Boys and Dobbins get to the Public League Final Four, I think it's going to be an exciting Final Four. E&S and Khan is on the other side. And I believe that this is the year that all four teams in the Public League Final Four believe they could win it. And I think we didn't have this field in the Public League for like over 5 years as Imhotep has been a clear favorite and dominated. What you think about the Public League Final Four, Gee?
I think it's good for the league, man, just to show that a little parity, man. Guys, anybody can lose. That's just the year we've been having. Like when Fells beat Tep and O'Hara beat Arbiter with it, and you have your bad games, right? It just happened at the wrong time for Fells. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But this kind of thing been happening all year. We've been having upsets all year. It just happened at the wrong time, and it's good to see Dobbins back in there with a young core that can possibly be back for the next couple years. I think it's going to be a good Final Four, man. Imhotep is definitely going in as the favorite. With Fells and not E&S being disqualified, a lot of people could have done it different, but I think they're the clear-cut favorite going in. But everybody think they can win.
I agree, but I'm gonna tell you now, if West Philly gets to that championship game, it's going to be trouble for whoever on the other side because West Philly fan base, their history run deep. And I know the last time they went to the championship, I believe is in 23. I might be wrong, y'all. 22 or 23. I think it was 23. And they played against Tep. Tep was the overwhelming favorites in that game when they had Justin, Ahmad, Ra, RJ, etc. West Philly, the whole gym was West Philly. And I think if they can make it back this year, West Philly really believe they could get Tep, and I think that gym will sell out, and it'll be a lot of orange and blue in there, and Tep or Khan will have their hands full in the championship. And even
I think the
Dobbins,
championship game. I think the championship game to me. I think the championship game is going to be West Philly and Tep. If I'm calling to the day, I think West Philly is on a mission. I think like the way Kabir is playing right now, and the Speed Boys, man. And then the crazy thing is, he's playing on a team that's like, or if you rolling, we giving you the rock. You know what I'm saying? 41 points and 11 assists in a 32-minute high school game. That means you made every play, every possession. Okay, it's not a lot of possessions in a high school game to get 41 and 11. You had to make every play, every possession.
I agree. Callers call in before we tap into E&S Constitution. E&S is disqualified. Callers call in 215-301-4785. And how about the girls? The girls before the callers call in the girls. Shout out to the girls. Final Four is going down Monday at Villanova. You on the air with Rare?
My fault. The phone had cut out.
You good?
You know what I was saying? I definitely want to take this game from Constitution. You know, being I'm a player, I'm definitely a student that go to Constitution. I'm signed with E&S, and you know I don't like nothing about this. You know, I'm actually in school.
Wow.
Players right here.
Damn.
I don't like nothing that's going on, man.
Damn. We appreciate you calling. That's powerful what you said. So you a kind student. You on?
Look,
Damn.
I'm all about the you know, guns off the streets, guns up, hands up, like guns down, hands up. I'm all about that. I'm really all about keeping the peace on the streets. And, you know, yesterday what happened was classless, man. You know, and at the end of the day, Martin Luther King ain't died for this. That's all I'm saying. Rosa Parks ain't get up out that seat for this.
Damn. We appreciate you tapping in. Damn, that's powerful words, man, from that kid. Damn.
Yeah, he must be in gym. He must be in gym. He breathing like he on a trip.
That's powerful words, though. That's powerful. Damn.
My man said.
No, he get the work out there. Yeah.
My man said I would come, but I want E&S to go.
Yeah, he said, look,
I expect that.
I'm not mad at him.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I love Constitution. Coach Rob and Ron, they do a great job over there, man. But I would be it would be crazy if people think like this is cool, man. It'd be crazy. Like now, if y'all both got disqualified, you like we gonna lose anyway. But to say, oh, we going to the Final Four and y'all know y'all lost that game, it's like I don't want it like that, man. No, I don't want it like that.
That's tough. So before the callers call back in, we shout out to again the girls PCL Final Four is going down. The stage is set. 1 seed is Archbishop Carroll. They're taking on the 4 seed Archbishop Wood, and then you got the 2 seed Cardinal O'Hara taking on the 3 seed Numa Goretti. Let me tell you, my preseason pick is alive. On the girls' side, it's alive and well. I picked Alexis Eberts to win the MVP preseason. That was plus 2,000, and guess what? It cashed in. Cha-ching. Shout out to Alexis Eberts for winning the PCL MVP.
Congratulations.
They are my favorites to win it all. Shout out to Eberts. First team All Catholic. I want to shout out Alexis Eberts from Archbishop Carroll, Kayla Eberts from Archbishop Carroll, Abby McFillin from Archbishop Carroll. And how about the freshman from Archbishop Ryan, Aubrey Dillon? Dad just took over the job at Archbishop Ryan. They haven't won over 1 or 2 games in how many years in league play. He led them to the 5 seed in the PCL. So shout out to Jimmy Dillon, who played at Notre Dame, was a much better player than me. His daughter's a freshman. Aubrey Dillon made first team All PCL, which is very, very impressive.
Wow, as a freshman?
As a freshman at Archbishop Ryan. It's like a double whammy. You had Archbishop Ryan and you made the first team All PCL as a freshman. So shout out to Jimmy Dillon and Aubrey Dillon and all the girls at Archbishop Ryan for having a competitive season and having a 5 seed in a tough PCL league. Zoe Whalen from Archbishop Wood, Kayla Epps from Bonner, Megan Rulo, Drexel commit from Cardinal O'Hara, Bridgetine Donahue, one of my favorite players in that league from Cardinal O'Hara, Regina Baker from Numa Goretti, and Kamora Barry, one of the best shooters in the PCL. From Numa Goretti made first team. Second team, we got Bridget Grant from Archbishop Carroll, Michaela Finnegan from Archbishop Wood, Colleen Basaccio from Archbishop Wood. I'm so happy for that kid to make all league her senior year. It's been a tough journey for her, but she got the scholarship she deserved to ride her. So shout out to you, Colleen. Skylar Roffley from Bonner, Leah Hadouk, I might have butchered her last name, from Cardinal O'Hara, Katie Dugan, one of my favorite shooters in the league from Cardinal O'Hara, Lansdale kid, I'm ready to butcher her name, Ali Caitlin Batcher. If I'm wrong, let me know. Zori O'Connor, one of the best freshmen in the PCL, made all league from New McGarretti. Zion Colson from New McGarretti, and Luca DeAndre from St. Hubert. And third team, we got Olivia Izzy from Archbishop Ryan, Abby Kelly from Archbishop Wood, Olivia Kraft, one of the best freshmen in the PCL, will be one of the better players in this league, 6'2", Olivia Kraft from Cardinal O'Hara, Jade Fretz from Lansdale Catholic, and ended off Siani Blake from West Catholic. Shout out to the all-leaguers for the girls PCL, man. Shout out to them, man.
Congratulations, y'all.
But yeah, Gita, y'all can call in before we get off here. Cardinal, how do y'all feel about Carver E&S being disqualified? How do y'all feel about Constitution moving on? Again, like I said, it's no knock to the the decision the Piaa made. It's just Piaa made. We have our opinion, and my opinion is I believe that they should have, called both teams off, and then I just think Con shouldn't play the game. That's just my opinion. Like if they do play, I'll support the game. I'm going to see it. And they'll have another chance at the championship game. But I just think, when you down 12 with a minute left, come on, man. Like that's game.
I think Constitution might be the first team in public league history to lose twice in one playoff.
You on the air with Rare?
Yo, Rare, I'm calling in, man. I got Dobbins over West, man.
You got Dobbins over West? What's the key factors for Dobbins to win that game?
Neef Davis.
Neef Davis, the senior guard, he lead them in scoring as well.
Yeah, he's second in the conference in scoring.
I like Neef.
3 out of 4 years.
Yes.
Since he was a freshman. The 1 year they didn't make it because they got disqualified. But in the 5th year senior, the air was like 5 points or whatever. They took our wins.
That was nasty. Somebody told on it, I think. I forget what it was. It was something.
Yeah. You know who they tried to say it was. That's here it is. What's wrong with Dobbins?
I ain't mad at that. Let me ask you a question now. Dobbins, like you said, they've been on a roll, man. They've been in the Elite 8, Final 4 for these companies. Are the fans going to support? Is the alumni coming out for Dobbins in the Final 4? Because they're going to need it against West Philly. Because West Philly is coming deep. Pause.
I hope so, man. I think we should pop out. I like us in this game, man. It's going to be a good one.
I ain't mad at that. I like the style of Dobbins. And I'm going to tell you what, not only the players, I'm a huge fan of Dobbins' coach, man. He coaches those guys. He have his guys playing all summer long, whether it's street ball, spring tournament, summer league, and he keep those kids off the street, and he got those kids to buy in what he's doing. So I'm a huge fan of Dobbins' coach. So I wouldn't be mad at them winning. I ain't mad at that.
All right, cool.
Appreciate you for calling in, man. Thank you. I ain't mad at that, Gee. Dobbins, West Philly, that's a breath of fresh air, man. I ain't mad at that.
It's a game you don't know what can happen, man. I think both teams is really excited to be in the game and a chance to go to the championship. So we'll see.
Gee, it's been a wild morning. We had to tap into people. It was a wild day yesterday.
I say since we on here, Rare, before we go, I say we just might as well give our predictions for the day. I mean, we here now.
Yes.
We might as well,
Yes.
it's Elite 8 in the Catholic League.
I mean,
we here now. We might as well just,
it's going down.
Cut out, because we had a couple games the other day, 2 upsets. Ryan and West moved on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Well, Ryan. So Ryan gets a shot. Ryan gets a shot at Bonner tonight. A lot of people, it's 50-50 with that game except me. I'm 100% going green tonight. And thank you, Billy. If you're watching, thank you, Billy. I'll see you later. And I'm going green tonight. I'm going.
Let's start with the Bonner game. So you got Bonner in that game tonight.
Yes, Bonner tonight. Yes.
By a lot, or will it be close?
I got him winning. I don't know what it's going to be by.
I ain't gonna lie. Cassidy, my guy. I love the franchise. Everybody know that. The young boys say I'll be glazing or whatever they call it. I'm a huge fan of Corey Francis. I like Cam Jackson. I like Keem Carroll and those guys. I'm gonna be honest. I got Ryan tonight. I got Ryan. I like I said before. I think that's the draw. Cassidy will never say it. I think that's the team he didn't want to play. I'm almost certain. You do not want to play Joe Zielinski and Ryan. They got the league leading scorer, Malik Hughes. They got he was one of the leading scorers in Jersey last year, Isaiah Gore. They got Caden Brown, who's one of the leading scorers in Delaware last year. They got Matt Johnson, who's a senior point guard who runs the floor. They got the kid. Hold on, the athletic kid. Let me get his name right. Shout him out. I just started seeing him. I don't know where he came from. The kid is Gavin Kappen, 2027, super athlete, probably one of the most explosive athletes to the PCL. I don't know where he came from. Whether
Dude just appeared out of thin air, like, bro, like, yo, something gotta happen. Like, boy, I mean, he came out of nowhere. Ryan, nobody ever seen Bo with Ryan in the preseason, in the fall, and December.
Yeah.
He just come out of nowhere. He just come out of nowhere and start dunking with two hands in the middle of the playoffs. So, what he came from the G League? You know they do that now. They do in the G League, like Alabama. You can go back to high school. He just came from the G League. I'm gonna go back to high school and get this NIL. Who is this cuz?
I don't know, but he coming in, like you said, he's rebounding. He's getting extra possessions from
Like,
Ryan.
Bull just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game for Bonner tonight. And Bonner, but only thing was on Bonner's side is for one, they got the franchise. And for two, Bonner home court advantage might be the best in the PCL. It's going to be tough for Ryan tonight. Bonner home court
The
advantage.
problem for Ryan gonna be tonight?
What's that?
No protection at the rim for downhill Francis. It will be a layup fest tonight. Okay? And you go zone if you want. All you gonna hear is three. Boom.
Shout out to Steph.
I'm sitting in the steward section tonight.
Dangerous. I agree with Steph. He's saying Malik Hughes playing unselfish is dangerous. I agree. When he's not shot hunting because he's going to get his shots, he leads the league in scoring. You're going to get yours. But when he's playing unselfish, that's a tough job. Ryan is serious, man. Ryan is serious. They are a threat. I'm not saying they're the favorite. Bonner is definitely the favorite in this game tonight. Bonner could easily win this game, but I'm just saying I got Ryan with the upset. We got Archbishop Wood taking on West Catholic. Hold on. Before we get into that game, West Catholic held the ball for – hold on. We're going to get into them. You on the air with Rare? West Catholic held the ball for 2 minute possessions against St. Joe's Prep. It was a three overtime game with a final score of 41-39. I never seen nothing like that in my life.
Well, if you never seen that like that in your life, you never watched us. You never watched the Simon Greggs game in the 90s. Okay? Simon Greggs will beat you 16-11. They don't care what they're gonna be the number one ranked team in the country. And until the shot clock is boy here, my man Flame said, I'm gonna figure it out. I got some dudes hurt. My young boy Jay, he out there playing through a lot. Kingston. Hey, listen, I love you, Kingston. I don't know what's going on. I said, I don't. Kingston, you gotta stay on the floor tonight if y'all gonna win. You have to. You have to stay on the floor tonight.
I don't think Kingston is playing tonight.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well, Archbishop Wood off to the train will be leaving around 9:30 down to 34th Street. Yeah.
Up in Warminster, this is coming out tonight. I ain't going to hold you. And like you said,
I don't know if that's coming out because the score going to be 6-4. But listen, Archbishop Wood definitely got a chance.
Let me tell you this. I'm not mad at the strategy. Like you said, if you got to use the no shot clock to get advantage. I just never seen two inner city teams with Division I players on both sides play that style of basketball. I normally see teams who feel like they're inferior. So when you do that, you feel like your guys aren't good enough to compete. That's how I look at it. I'm like, we got to limit these, but we're not good as them. That's how I'm looking at it. I think West Catholic got players that can compete with those guys on St. Joe's Prep. They got players like Farlow, they got Wheatley, they got Fournier, they got Scott, they got Johnson, they got who I'm missing.
I don't know if Scott plays over there.
They got players that can play, and they damn sure could compete. But having a 3 overtime game with 39-41, that's ridiculous. Somebody commented like, "Yeah, it happened all the time." I said, "Yeah, well, I got lunch on you. Let me know when that ever happened. When there's 2 high-level PCL teams with Division I players, and you get 3 overtimes, and it's 41-39. That never happened. I'm standing on that. And you could go back to the 50s." 60.
Final score tonight, 27-21. So listen, we're gonna go into the next game. We're gonna get to that last game last. Let's get to that last game last.
Newman, get ready, and Carroll. It's gonna be
they might as well play that at a neutral site because South Philly will be in the building, but they ain't gonna just be for Newman get ready.
The news we got, Yasir Turner won't be playing tonight. I gotta get ready big tonight. I ain't gonna hold you.
What? Yasir Turner won't be playing tonight.
I heard he.
When was you gonna share that with me? Hold up. When was you gonna let me come in here blind like that? You gonna let me come in here blind like that? I share everything. All right, we'll talk about this over. I got Newman tonight, man.
Yeah, listen,
no, like I don't know though. I don't know. They say Ian looking like Ian. That's what somebody called and texted me. They got some size like with Carell. I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name. His mom will come in my DM cuss me out. And then they got the big kid with the goggles. They might got a chance if they can make some shots. If Nas can come in there and make some shots in South
They don't stand. They don't stand a chance without Yasir. They don't stand a chance without Yasir. They don't. They don't.
I mean, maybe Yasir has to be a coach staff. I don't.
They don't.
I don't know.
They don't stand a chance without Yasir. They had a great year. If Yasir don't play today, Carroll don't stand a chance. I can't even sugarcoat that. If Yasir play, it's gonna be interesting. If he don't play, they don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance.
Yeah,
Steph
it's gonna be tough.
Lincoln and Reed girls smelling upset. Hodge Lewis. Steph, I told you this yesterday, the day before. Shout out to Lincoln for making that this far. They get blown out by all.
Did Steph text that 20 minutes ago? What that got to do? Steph, I'm gonna call you. Like, what that got to do with what we talking about right now?
They get blown out though. Steph, they get blown out.
No,
but I got Newman big tonight. I got Newman winning the PCL. I picked them preseason. I ain't jump off the train. I'm gonna ride the train to the end. I got Newman ready winning tonight. And if Yasir Turner don't play, yeah, that's it. That is over for Carroll.
Is he hurt? Do you know? Can I get any more information on that? Is he hurt? Is he?
No, I heard he hurt. Yeah, I heard he hurt his hamstring. Oh.
All right. Well, let's get to the game.
Roman. Hold up. Judge versus Roman.
At Judge.
Judge versus Roman. Damn. Yes, it is. At Judge. Damn near. The game is sold out, y'all, so the location don't matter, but it's damn near Judge. It's Judge backyard. Everybody walking to the game. Yeah. What you got tonight? The loser is done, Gabe. No state, no district. The losers are done. And the loser season is over.
Listen, they're gonna need RJ and Sammy to be special tonight, which they possibly can be. I'm gonna go with Roman. And the reason I'm going with Roman is this. Sammy Jackson has been to 3 straight Final Fours. This will be the 4th. RJ Smith came to this league, and he cannot not go to the palestra. This is the reason he's here. He wanted to play at the highest level. You understand? I think that with those two guys trying to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish, and the rocky roller coaster that Father Judge been on this year, I just think that I'm gonna go with Roman. I'm gonna go with history. I'm gonna go with him going to 4 straight Final Fours like his brother did, and Roman will move on to the Final Four. Because if Roman loses tonight, not only is the season over, even if they make seats, the season over. Okay?
No, it's over.
So,
it's over.
It's over. Yeah, so the winner of this game moves on to the States is more than just Final Four. The winner of this game moves on, I think, to the 6-8 state playoff game too. So I'm gonna go with Roman tonight.
I agree. I got Roman in a close one. But the only thing that scares me is in Judge backyard. Now, what I was told about them tickets.
Yeah, I heard that.
Smart. Judge got like 20 tickets. Or something like that. They got like 20 tickets. So they did something smart with the tickets. I heard Roman got like 20 tickets. Judge got like 20 tickets.
They said Max need a ticket to get in tonight. They say he gave him so less ticket. Like
they said people was coming in disguise as the Roman trying to get tickets and everything. Yeah, they like, hey, Roman, I record you. You a Judge guy. Yeah. I got Roman in a close one, but I won't be surprised if Judge win this game. I think the location is horrible. I'm gonna be honest. It's terrible. I would have put it at CCP or Crystal Ray somewhere. It wouldn't have been
Crystal Ray is crazy.
anywhere but Holy Family. Anywhere but there. Anywhere. That's a bad spot for Roman to host the defending PCL champions in that spot. That's a bad location. That's a bad location. I got Roman winning, but that's a bad location. It's a bad joint.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with so the Final Four: Roman, Newman, Bonner, Arbitral Wood. For you, Ryan, Arbitral Wood, Newman. Okay, Roman.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, we'll see tonight. If something crazy happened, Gee, we got the tap back in tonight. Like if a West Catholic go in there and knock off Archbishop Wood with a final of 7-4, we got to talk about it.
Or if somebody get disqualified when they down 2 and Ryan or somebody decide to start a fight. I don't know. The rules is crazy. Yo, listen. If you know 2, just push somebody.